We're sitting here with Patrick Satterman, cArn'om, the captain of fnatic. And the first question will be about your performance yesterday at Inferno Online Finals. You're playing with SK on D-Train and then DDoS 2, and I think it would be fair to say that you were devastated and decapitated on two maps, 16-3, 16-4, something like that. What can you say about that?
Well, not much to say than how you described the game. We starting out losing the pistol rounds and the early rounds. And SK is a strong team, and strong teams are capable of like keeping the momentum up throughout the game. And then the other side, in that case us, couldn't get any rounds at all besides a couple of rounds, so to speak. So I think we ended up with like 6 rounds in 2 maps, and that's actually the first time I lost in that kind of manner. I never lost like that before, that big. But I won against SK in the same manner 1 year ago. So it is possible from both sides to pull off those kind of games. But of course, felt very discouraging going into the WCG finals while being that devastated as you expressed it.
And WCG finals, Sweden finals, you lost them too. Is it because you lost yesterday or what?
Yeah, that's one reason, I'd say, because they have the physiology. Yeah.
Physiology.
Yeah, that's the word I'm trying to find. Yeah, mentally wise, they are probably in favor, knowing they won 2-0 with that kind of result as well, 16-0, 16-1, 16-4 or something. But I think we played better today than we did yesterday, a lot better, and we gave away Dust 2. We had 12-4, I believe, on Dust 2, but still we managed to lose that map, so that was just ridiculously bad. On the bright side, I think we learned some good lessons this time. We have a new team, 2 new players. So, I mean, we just need to think what went wrong and how to deal with this in the future and learn from it quick, because there are more tournaments coming up, even one tonight. Yesterday,
Delpan'a was one of the brightest players at SK. On D-Train, he left, I think, 1 versus 3 in situation and instantly killed 3 of your guys with AWP. What can you say about his performance yesterday, and what... just this question.
Oh. I think Delpan'a is a strong sniper and he's good on maps like Train. Dust 2 can be good as well as T. And yeah, he can be a pain in the ass, so to speak, when you're facing him if he's on fire. But to be fair, I think he's not as good as Markelov is in terms of consistency. I think Delpan'a has more swings. I think Delpan'a has a hard time to play on Nuke, for example. But yeah. We won Kiev with Delpan'a. He played amazing for us, and I'm sure he will be, as he wished to play in SK, is going to be good for them as well.
Was it a problem for you yesterday because SK got good, quite stable sniper, and you did not, because DSN, as I understand, did not play so much with AWP because Delpan'a was in your team?
Yeah, well, of course, with the departure from Delpan'a, we're going to play a less AW-based game. And that I think that will be a good thing for us, because people recognize us for a very strong AWP game where they realize how to anti-strat us. Now we can focus more on cults, aggressive cults, which is also a cheaper way of playing CT, especially because the AWP is very expensive. And I think that was one of the reasons when our AWPs in DSN Delpan'a was not on fire. We had a problem playing in Copenhagen games.
Like Navy.
Yeah, maybe.
When Markelov is not on fire, it's always...
Yeah, and we had two, so to speak, Markelov, which means a lot. We lose a lot of money, and maybe myself, I have to give the AWP sometimes, and I buy a FAMAS with light armor. And if the sniper is not hitting the shot, we will not win the game. So it's crucial that the snipers are consistent. I think Markelov is the best example who is consistent.
Okay, the another question will be about Delpan's playing for SK. As I understand, fnatic and SK organizations have some controversies about Delpan'a, and still he is able to play. Do you know what's the reason, and how did he able to play?
The reason is that the tournament organizers are not willing to take any responsibility. They know Delpan'a has a contract. SK know he has a contract for fnatic. fnatic of course knows it.
But
still the tournament organizers, they say that nah, we cannot do anything about it. We need to let him play, and I think that's not good for esport in general, because I think it has to be the tournament organizers that step in and say, hey, you cannot do that. You can only be contracted for one team at the same time. You cannot be contracted for two teams, because that's not good for sponsors or the sport in general. So I don't blame the tournament organizers, but I definitely think they could do a better job to speed up the development of esports.
Well, and another question will be about your personal feeling. You're one of those guys that must be hurted because your organization, your team, and you especially as a coach and as a captain raised, I think, Forest, maybe a little Get Right and Delpan'a to the level of international esport stars, and now they playing for SK. What do you feel about SK's hijacking your top stars, top players?
Well, yeah, that's one way to put it, but I'm not jealous or upset or anything.
Yes.
If they decide to play for a rival team, go ahead. I don't really care, because personally, if I've been in Fnatic for 5 years, I will never go to SK. But I think SK is a bit desperate. The organization is a bit desperate. They have not been successful for a very long time in many games, whereas Fnatic has been not the pioneer, but the premier team in many different titles, such as Hon, such as Call of Duty, such as CS, of course, and other games that maybe ran out in the sand, like Painkiller and Quake Live. And I think that's some kind of yeah. I mean, SK was the only team that Forest and Gerta could go. They told Gax that they wouldn't go to SK because Gax will never ever play for SK again, because they fooled him with a lot of money. But still they went to SK, and that's their decision, but I don't think they're appreciating the fans that Fnatic had since 2006 to 2010 when they left. But then again, they had reasons to leave. They didn't like to play with me in DSN, and that's fine for me as well. We can find new players.
And why didn't they like to play with you?
You know what, I think I'm not maybe the easiest guy to be around all the time, because I say what I think. I can switch between being very serious when it comes to practice, and then I can be less serious when it's come to have fun of each other and making fun of each other. I'm not saying I'm a bully or whatsoever, but also I think we had some bad period there in the end of 2010. We didn't win as much as we used to do, and then you're starting to question what is wrong, and maybe we need to kick out the older players. And Fnatic didn't like that idea. They kept me in DSN. We built a new team with Pita, Delpan'a, and Exist. Went to cArn'om and won there. Then we came to our kind of rocky season, up and downs. More downs than up, which I think was one of the reasons Delpan'a left as well. But in general, I'm kind of happy where I am right now. I love representing Fnatic and our sponsors, and I like to be part of the esport, and I'm thrilled to make sure that Fnatic is always ahead of SK and other teams as well.
Okay, thanks. And the last question, maybe, I think, what's your situation right now in the group stage?
Currently, we are at 0 wins, 1 loss against Moscow 5. But still 4 games to go, and if we win 3 of them, we will proceed to the playoffs, and I'm pretty confident that my team will pull that together.
Okay, thanks a lot for the interview. Good luck to you today and hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you. Can I say anything?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I want to say hi to all the Russian fans we have out there. Please visit our website, fnatic.com. We might not be in Russian, but you can try English or translate, Google Translate maybe. And yeah, just thanks for cheering for us in good times and bad times.
Yeah, but by the way, you got a very interesting feature of cArn'om theory of chaos.
Oh yeah.
And I'm thinking about translating it on Russian.
Yeah,
if you don't.
I have no problem with that.
Okay.
If more people can enjoy it or learn from it, go ahead. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is it all?
That's all.
Thanks. Bye.